Okay, so I'm going to continue where we left off. You might be farther than this, or you might not be here yet. But where I am right now is I have a website. Here's my Anytown. It seems like a few things don't work. There's a broken image here we'll have to fix. If I click on the museum page, I actually go to the museum page. And if I click on home, I go home. I've made these links, but nothing seems to work because they're not coded. The page doesn't exist or they're not coded right yet, so I need to fix that. But hopefully this is where you're at. You have a home page and you have a museum page, and you can click between the two, and that's pretty cool. It looks a little bit more like a website. Styling's not that cool, but we'll get to that. So as far as my style page, all I've done is style the H2s red. Not that exciting, but at least I know it works. That's what's important. Just to make sure it works, I'm going to style a H1 for now. I'm going to color that green just to make sure it works. Later on, I'll go in and match a color scheme to this. I'm going to go ahead and save that. Let's see if it turns my, oh, yeah, works great. So I know my CSS works. It goes to each page. I just don't quite have all the pages. Let me do that first, quickly. So I have made an index page. I have an image folder here. Make sure that your index, museum page, zoo page, and water page are not inside the image folder. Also, your styles.css tag should not be inside the image folder. It will not work. Okay, I'm going to go to my museum page. Actually, what I want to do is make my zoo page. I've coded the name, but nothing's on there. So that's the reason why the page was blank when I clicked on it. So when I go here, there's nothing there. So what I'll do is I'll go to my museum page, and I'll simply copy the code. Now I'll go to my zoos page, and I'll paste the code in. Great. Except now, my code, if I save it, is exactly like my museums page. So I need to fix that up. First of all, I'm going to go up here to the title, Anytown Museums, and call it Anytown Zoo. That way, the tab up here at the top won't say Anytown Museum. It will say, I may have to save it. It'll say Anytown Zoo. So it is different even though the content looks the same. After that, just like I had the directions last week on the agenda 116, it tells you the zoo content. So all I've got to do is copy this paragraph and paste it into here. There's my content, done. I can copy this H2, get rid of museums make you feel good. Done. Okay, next one. I'm just doing some quick copy and pasting. See exotic animals. I'm going to paste that into the paragraph. All right, say goodbye to screens for a day. Switch that out with the museum topic. Almost done. Say goodbye. Get rid of the museum's paragraph underneath. Paste that in. And there is nothing else. It does say thank you to Olivia Stanley. So I'm going to just delete this last, so that article's good. This last paragraph about Museum Inspires, I'm just going to get rid of it. And down here, I'm going to give thanks to Olivia Stanley. So instead of that, and here's her article. So I'm just switching out the content, so you might need to pause it. Okay, I think that'll work. I'm going to go ahead and save this and refresh my website. And that looks good. I've got now content about museums, not about zoos. Now I can switch to museum and home, and all of that works. That's great. However, I just want to make sure all of them work. So if I go home, I can click museum, I can click zoo, good. If I go to museum, I can click home. Okay, so all those links do work. The only one that doesn't work is water park. I'm not going to do this in this video, but what you'll do, you'll just go up to here, you'll click the new page, call it waterpark.html. Cases are important, so if you lowercase it here, you need to make sure you lowercase it in your code. After I've done that, I've created a new waterpark page, and all you'll do is what I did with the zoo. So you can copy and paste the code and then just change out the content. You might wonder, okay, Ms. Millen, why does this picture not work? A lot of you in the Dash project too, your images were broken there. It's because we haven't put an image. Right here, underneath the header, image source, whatever you put for this image will go to all the pages. So maybe a picture of a city or something for Anytown. But I'll let you do that. Once you do that, that will no longer be a broken picture. Even with that broken picture though, your Dash projects do look a lot nicer than this website. It's because we don't have a lot of CSS. All we've done is color the H2s like it's Italy colors, red, white, and green, or Christmas colors, red, white, and green. So a lot needs to be done to make it as cool as our Dash page. So because of that, we are going to go to Dash, and we're going to borrow some of the work we've already done. So we have this cool looking header. This is the header part. We have coded the header. But now if we style the header, we can make this cool looking header like we did here in Dash. So I'm going to go to my Dash project. It could be this one or the last assignment from, like if I go over here, maybe yours never got completed. So feel free to use this one, because as long as you've done all this content, it's going to be very similar. Okay, so I'll just use this since it'll look like yours if you've done the lessons. So to get this nice looking header, we need to find the style for header. Here it is. So I'm just going to take this. Awesome. Command C it. Since we've already styled the header and I really liked it, I'm going to put that in my style. So go to your style.css and just paste in the header. Let's see what it looks like now. It's going to probably look a little bit more styled. Ooh, all right, definitely not what I want to end, but at least I've got this cool style. Not really excited about the bullets. I want this to be not in a line. I'd rather have it look more like the Dash page where it looks sideways, but hey, I'm getting there. That already did it to this page. I wonder if it did it to the others. Yeah, it's really cool. Okay, so it's coming along. Let's do some more. I'm gonna go back to Dash. And this A right here, this makes this white. The only problem is if I make this white, it's not my only, well, for now it is. If I have any A tags in my work, it's going to make that white too. I have taught you in an earlier video how to make them different, but I'll take it for now. So Command C, and I'll go over here and paste it in and save it. Check back on my page. Ooh, cool. So now this is white. Now remember, any links down here that you made, like right here, thank you to Olivia Stanley for her article, I don't see it, it's disappeared. But if I highlight it, it is there, it just happens to be white. You will have to code that a different color. There is a way. If you're not sure how to do it yet, look back in my last video or do a search. It's something about classes. There's my hint. If you figure out how to do classes, you'll figure it out. Okay. Let's go to another cool style thing. H1, okay, I don't really need to change the font size. Image, that's pretty cool. I can make them have borders, but that's not what I'm looking for. Let's go to LI. This is an important one. In fact, let's go ahead and, well, let's just do LI for now. Command C, and I'm going to paste that in and save it so I can see what it does. Refresh, oops, wrong one to refresh. Go back to my Anytown, refresh. Didn't do what I thought it would do. But it did this, which is actually what it should do. It now made the link tags side by side. The only thing is, if I go back to my home page, you're going to notice that this things to do, it's going to be white because they're all links. Oh no, I got to change that. And these ones turned white as well. How annoying. Well, it did fix this, so I'm going to let this be. But I'm going to have to come back later and figure out how to code things differently. Again, it's something about a class. There is something also called an ID. Ooh, there's a lot of new things to learn here. But hey, it's there. I could change the background of my page and maybe make this appear, but I'm just gonna know that it's there, have to fix it later. Okay, there's something else that I need to do. Go back to Dash. Another thing that I want is this article. The article tag are these. This is an article, etc. And it's saying that I don't want the text to go all the way to the left and all the way to the right. I want to have this nice bit of padding right here. That's why it says padding right here. So let's just go ahead and take this article. It should make everything look much better once we paste this in. And I'm going to save it and go back to Anytown and refresh my page. Oh, it still didn't do what I wanted it to do. Okay, so why didn't it do what I wanted it to do? Everything looks fine here in the CSS. I definitely coded the article correctly. It must be with my HTML. Let me go look. Oh, okay, I see. We did this a few years ago, and I didn't code any article tags, so no wonder why it didn't style my article with the padding. There are no article tags, so I would have to go through this and put in article tags. I'll do that separately so you don't have to wait for me to do that, but on my museum page there actually are article tags. So all I've got to do is go to my my right web page, go back into it, just click on the museum page. When that opens, you should see that it is actually styled with the padding because it has article tags. That's the reason why we put article tags in there, is so we can put that padding. So it works with my zoo page, but my home page just doesn't have those nice tags. Okay, I'm actually going to teach you. As you see, I fixed it here on my own, but the next video will show you how to style some lists differently than other list items. So these ones are side to side and this one's up and down. Watch the next video to stay tuned.